So I guess I rarely ask what the band name came from, but I guess once in a while my mom would say, "Well, come hell or high water, we're gonna make it through this situation." I think maybe from what we're talking about is that where it came from?
Absolutely. I mean, none of us in this band grew up with a silver spoon in our mouth. None of us in this band have just had anything handed to us. All of our previous bands, we had to fucking, blood, sweat, and tears went into it, and it wasn't easy at all. We were, fucking put through the ringer in all of our previous bands, and we all came out the other side, and we all have a work ethic and a mentality that reflects that. And
Yeah.
I think that for us, it was like, well, we're here now, and this is what we want to do, and this is what we love, and we're gonna make it work, come hell or high water. It was very reflective of our attitude about this band.
And it's funny because you said your parents were hippies and or are hippies, right? But I guess I'm really stereotyping right now, but it's like I guess I think this sort of perseverance that I feel from you and your music, I don't feel from hippies, right? It's just like, yeah, okay, well, that didn't work, so let's go on to something else. Instead of you deciding you're going to work and make it through and climb that mountain.
Yeah, I get that I mean, my mom and dad are both, that way, but
Yeah.
my dad's a little bit more laid back.
Yeah.
My mom is like the epitome of go-getter.
Oh, okay.
Like, she is.
I gotcha.
Like, I get that from her.
Yeah.
She is like, she'll just create like a new career out of thin air. Like, I don't like what I'm doing. I'm gonna fucking. For instance, we lived in California. We lived in Southern California, and she fucking hated her job and was like, "Fuck this! I fucking hate working for this." Like, a bunch of people got laid off at her job and just put their work on her. She didn't get a raise. She was just killing herself. And it ended up like fucking up her heart and having anxiety and shit. And she's like, "This is fucking stupid." So she's like, not on a whim, but like pretty quickly was like, "Hey, you guys me and my brother, you're 18, you're gonna go on tour and stuff. Like, you're not home anyways. Like, I'm moving." Like, I went and found I went and visited my friends in Chama, New Mexico. I'm gonna sell the house, move to Chama, and open a bakery and work for myself. And it was like, okay. And in 6 months, she was in another state in the mountains. She opened her own bakery, and that's what she did.
Gotta love that.
And it was like, holy shit! Like, you just fucking created that out of thin air, But she made it work, and she did that for as long as she wanted to, and then she just moved on to something else, and she always. So I get that kind of from her. It's funny. My wife a lot of times is like, "Why don't you like?" I'm all over the place. My brain doesn't stop working. But she's she's always like, "Why don't you slow down? Like, work on one thing at a time." And I'm like, "Well, I don't work on one thing at a time. I'm like, work on 5 things at a time."
Well, it's just amazing how many people will stay with the old job and then die of a heart attack at age 45 or 55,
Nah.
or heart disease or something worse or awful that'll take them 3 years to go, right? And it's like,
Yeah.
and some people say, you know what? I can. It's almost like she can feel death knocking at the door.
Yep.
When the situation at work or the whatever is tearing her, is not allowing her soul to be kept intact.
Exactly.
And that's where we started, right?
Exactly.
So I guess that's where we should end. Beautiful.
That's good.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is.
Oh man, thanks so much for
Of course.
taking the time and chatting about things that make me want to live more.
Hey, thanks for having me.
writing and singing that and doing that.
Absolutely. Thank you. This has been really fun. It's been really cool.